All right, that's going to do it for the ups and downs on the pod here. We're gonna, or on the running back position. We're going to go to wide receiver now. A couple ups here, starting with Denzel Mims. I mean, this guy practically broke Twitter. 6'6", 3-cone at his size was absurd. Tested well across the board.
The Devil's 3-cone.
Yeah, the Devil's 3-cone. And this guy's going to be a riser. I had him in the first round, number 30, the Green Bay Packers, in the latest mock draft before the Combine. You had him at 30 in a mock draft. Yeah, you had him at 30 to the Green Bay Packers in your mock draft that came out today, and so did Daniel Jeremiah of NFL Network.
Oh.
He's feeling good at number 1 in the first round.
Both copied you.
Yeah.
No, he has to be the first round at this point.
Yeah.
Those testing numbers are too good. I mean, those are very, very, like, the best overall athletic profile of any of the wide receivers there. Broad off the charts, 40 off. Like, all those numbers are just like an explosive athlete. I kept saying, like,
he's got good size.
He looked different at the Senior Bowl than any of the other guys running routes. Like, he was the best one there. It just popped off the tape the way he moves, and the diversity, like the way he ran a more diverse route tree, was why I was like, this is actually. I didn't expect this because he didn't do this at Baylor and like wasn't even asked to do that. And I expect on those guys who are limited route trees to not be able to get that down pat that quickly. So at this point, yes. First-round player.
And you tweeted this out, Denzel Mims, biggest riser of the draft offseason, and I would agree with you. Had a fantastic Senior Bowl, like you said, ran a diverse route tree, was beaten down on some cornerbacks there, weighed in at 6'3", 207 pounds, ran a 4.38 40-yard dash. That is great top speed, 38.5-inch vertical, 6'6", 3-cone, like I said, and a 4.43 shuttle. Very, very good day for Denzel Mims. He made himself some money. I don't see him slipping to day 2. All right, moving forward here, Henry Ruggs. I wouldn't call him a riser, but it was a good day for him. And when you run in the 4.2s, it's a good day for you. Also, I think it was a good week for him because that video, circulated of him playing basketball. And I saw Sam Monson tweet out saying that he's never seen a basketball player move on the court like that. He's probably seen 4 full basketball games.
He's watched 5 games at a YMCA.
He probably couldn't even name 4 teams in the NBA. But anyway, interesting take from Sam Monson. But I would agree that he looked different on the basketball court in high school.
Yeah, that was pretty dope. That was nice basketball.
My high school highlights are similar, but I don't know if anyone tweeted him out.
Well, and it's like you assume a guy like that who's making you assume like Russell Westbrook. That's kind of like what it looked like.
Yeah.
What's Westbrook 6'3"? He's 5'11". Like that 5'11" guy making dunks like that.
Dude, that guy had some
nuts.
bounce, like running bounce.
And that was the thing that I kind of was. I don't want to say I questioned, but you just didn't see quite as much of. You saw the straight line speed. You didn't see him get off the line as a different dude, just like at the line of scrimmage. But a 42-inch vertical and a 10-11 broad jump means he can. He has that in him to do that explosiveness. And so, I think
Denzel Mims was so busy blowing people away from an expectation standpoint, but Henry Ruggs had a day. 5'11", 188 pounds, 4.27 40, 42-inch vert, explosiveness and then some.
I was gonna say if Antonio Gibson tested on Saturday, maybe his high school basketball tape.
True, I bet you his is actually pretty fly. Yeah. All right, moving forward here, we're gonna go and touch on Justin Jefferson. I mean, people did not expect him to run in the 4.4s. He ends up clocking a 4.43 for his time there at 6'3". I'm missing here. 6'1", 202 pounds, ran a 4.43 40-yard dash. Good vertical too, 37.5 inches. Did not participate in the cone or shuttle, but that 4.43 is what he needed. People had question marks about his top speed. He answered those. However, he is a big riser, and everyone we talked to, and I'm not exaggerating, everyone we talked to was like, yeah, I really like Justin Jefferson. And we even have Zach Robinson is a big fan. I mean,
you can't give out trade secrets.
Yeah, that's true. But you had a lot of people liking Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, and again, another guy I got to go back and watch tape on. And I'm not sure I'm ever going to get completely on board with, hey, draft this guy over guys you've seen do it.
Yeah.
Just because of how impactful getting off press is, how much being able to run routes with contact and on the outside, how much more valuable that is than slot production. But you can't argue with the ball skills.
No.
You can't argue with, his ability after the catch is pretty nice. His ability to sell routes from the slot.
That's where I get more and more on board with him being this top receiver is where you bring up the creativity and him being able to sell routes. Because he runs routes well despite not being the level of separator that these other guys are. And I think I can get on board with it more and more as you bring that up.
Mm-hmm. Loose.
Yeah.
He's got a loose
and deceptive.
Yeah.
I think you've run into a handful of those types. All right, we're going to go to the downs here on the receivers. But again, to tie a bow on Justin Jefferson, I think he's getting a lot of buzz from the right people in Indianapolis, winning the first round of your latest mock draft, first round of Daniel Jeremiah's latest mock draft. I think you're starting to think...
To the Eagles and his.
Yeah, you're starting to think about him as a first-round player. You cannot get enough good things about him. Ran a good 40-yard time. I feel good about Justin Jefferson coming up boards. Going to the downs here. Jerry Jeudy. I mean, that that shuttle, that 3-cone, it was just not good change of direction for Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah, he's just not a power. He's not going to, if you make contact with him, he's not really going to like run through tackles. Like, the guy's not going to be on him and then he's going to break away from him with make like a stiff arm or something. Like, he's going to have to make you miss completely.
Weighed in at 6'1", 193 pounds, had a 4.45 40-yard dash, which is good, but you expected this guy to maybe break into the 4.3s, especially at his weight. Only had a 35-inch vertical, 120-inch broad, and did not participate in the cone. A 4.53 shuttle, though, is ugly. That is just disgusting.
That's like, someone said it was like third percentile for wide receivers like all time, which is wild to me.
Yeah.
Because
it looks like the tape shows this guy can change direction well, and he's an athlete. I don't know if you want to blame the testing being at night, whatever it may be, but like, it was not a good testing day for Jerry Jeudy on Thursday.
Maybe he got cursed after he had the Star of David and said his name was Jew.
Come on.
I don't know.
Stop.
I don't know how that stuff works.
Just stop. Anyway, so with Jerry Jeudy, this is the question that everyone wants to know. He's dropping. He's down. He's a faller, a loser from the combine. How far does he go
He doesn't
in the first
move
round?
A bit. Down.
Really?
Yeah.
You still see him as a top 10 player in this class?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and where do you think his floor is in the first round in the mock drafts here?
12.
12. The Raiders.
I don't see how if Jerry Jeudy's there to the Raiders they'd pass him unless like they draft CeeDee Lamb. But I do think there will be, because of how good this tackle class is, there will be like a hot run on tackles.
Yeah.
Pretty quick off the rip. Pretty much all the top guys tested pretty well. And so then if you're taking that many boxes at the tackle position, which we'll get to in a sec, you just, the guy you're going to be drafting at 8 that's an offensive tackle, you're the Arizona Cardinals, compared to CeeDee Lamb, the tackle you're drafting in the second round will be nothing like the tackle you can get at 8.
Yeah.
Whereas the guy you're drafting in the second round wide receiver can kind of replicate CeeDee Lamb. Now, I think CeeDee Lamb, Jerry Jeudy are special. I've been saying that all along. Going to be very good, very much needle movers, but you can still get a good one in the second round. So I'm not sure you can get a good tackle.
You went into Indianapolis. You lost your throat. You lost your throat. You lost your voice. You had Jerry Jeudy over CeeDee Lamb narrowly. Does the combine performance for Jeudy change that?
I'm keeping it.
Keeping it?
Yes.
All right. Other faller here was one of your guys. This guy better be falling out of the first round. I was never in love with the tape, but I did buy into the fact that he was great at forcing missed tackles after the catch and things like that. I also loved him as an interview. I talked to him for about 10 minutes. He's a super personable guy. Gwan Jennings of Tennessee had an absolutely atrocious combine. This was honestly surprising in ways I did not expect. I didn't think he was going to run fast. He runs a 4.72 at 6'3", 215 pounds. And then this is the killer. You go under 30 inches on the vert at wide receiver. He had a 29-inch vertical. I mean, that's puke worthy.
Dude, that's so bad. Like, any guy, that's very, very
You're at a loss of words.
Just like any guy who's like can dunk a basketball can get around 30 inches.
Yeah.
Like if you're 6 foot.
I should have asked him if he could dunk.
Like, he might not be able to. That's a low number.
So I talked to him before the drills. That's when you talk to all the players before they do run the drills. And I said, hey, there's some questions about your top speed. People don't think you're going to run fast. Are you going to surprise some people? He said, honestly, no.
Dude,
I am not.
He said that, I was like, dude, this is going to be bad.
Yeah. We had that take on the podcast last week. But it's like, he's like, I'm not. If you want to go find a track athlete, go to track and field. I'm a football player. I'm great after the catch. Blah 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 blah.
We might end up going to track and field.
That was a concerning day for Gwan Jennings. Unfortunate for him.
That guy's going to actually fall.
Yeah.
That's just like on the super, super low end. And it's just like, you don't need that risk.
I mean, he's a quarterback turned wide receiver, still learning the position a lot in a lot of ways. Again, the tape wasn't good enough to keep him in the first round, in my opinion. I think he falls maybe even beyond day 2.
And it's like the whole, why does Keenan Allen go in the third round? Where did he go? Second round, third round?
You're not comping him to Keenan Allen.
Well, yeah. He's not Keenan Allen. 2, it's like the history of guys who run 4.71.
If you want to talk about
math,
not
good.
If you want to talk about math and predictive power, like, you're looking at an athlete that more often than not, and then some, does not translate in the NFL.
Yeah.
Laviska Shenault Jr.
It's about risk assessment at that point.
Yes, exactly.
It's like, he's a very talented player, still very good after the catch.
Bad athlete.
You're not. It's not a zero-sum game of if you're not drafting him, you're like drafting. Like, you can get a different good player if you don't draft him. It might not be like, maybe you didn't get Keenan Allen good, but maybe you still got someone who was good. Like, it's all about like assessing the risk at that point. And so
the risk is a lot bigger now that he's this low percentile athlete. All right, last faller here, last down is Laviska Shenault Jr. And he's not going to fall significantly, not like a Gwan Jennings
for reasons
fall.
you think.
Yeah, not for reasons you think. The 4.59 40-yard dash at his size wasn't great. It's not
4.58.
4.58.
He pulled up with the groin.
Sorry, 4'5'8", pulled up with a groin. Wasn't terrible for his size, but it wasn't what you expected with him. You expected him to do what Antonio Gibson did.
Yes.
You expected him to come in at over
point.
225 pounds and like a 4.39, just like light this thing on fire. But he didn't. The big reason, though, why I put him on here and why you agree we put him on here for as a down or as a faller is the injuries, because another injury pops up.
Yeah.
Core, groin. He's had shoulder issues, I believe, feet. Like, this guy's got injuries up and down. And for a player that, when you project his usage, is going to be running between the tackles. It's going to be getting the football near the line of scrimmage. It's going to be getting banged all the time.
It's a high risk.
It's a high risk role. And I think that's a huge concern. And I think we talked to other people in Indianapolis. We had several analysts on the show that aren't as high on Laviska, and they bring up these same reasons. And you go back to risk assessment.
Yes.
The injuries here for Laviska are getting to the point where it's a concern enough for me to even think about back into the first, top end of the second. I even don't feel super comfortable.
And the reason I love Laviska is because I think he's a sure thing in that role.
Yes.
If the ball in his hands, he's a sure thing.
When healthy.
He's incredible with his ball in his hands. Henry Ruggs is a sure thing in terms of being a deep threat. 4.27 is a deep threat. When you're that explosive, it's going to be. And he has good ball skills. So at that point, one guy's sure thing is deep threat, one guy's a sure thing is the ball in his hands. I thought Laviska could develop into a deep threat, and that's why I had him higher. But like, Laviska could also not play like half your games for his career because he keeps getting injured. And he could be robbed of some of that sort of explosiveness very quickly if the injuries do pile up.
And
so
I do think it sucks to put a guy down like that because like, injuries are out of his control.
It is. But it's also like a fact of life at this point that there's been so many.
Unfortunate for Laviska, because I love the kid too. Good head on his shoulders, great character. Like, he's going to nail the interview process, and I think on a better day, 100% healthy.
Is he our first player interview? He was our first.
He was our first player interview on the 2-for-1 Drafts podcast. But on a better day, when fully healthy, Laviska Shenault blows up the combine, especially if they run him at 8 a.m. like they did before. But Laviska turned into bad combine.
And now we're not even see a pro day because he's going to be hurt for it.
Man, that is unfortunate for him.
You want to get rid of me and get back to more great PFF YouTube content? All you have to do is push that button right there and subscribe. Thanks for watching.